This module, Building a Complaint-Ready Service Culture, focuses specifically on the mechanics of measuring, tracking, and learning from guest complaints. Traditionally, frontline staff and management treat a disappointed guest as an immediate crisis to be minimized or a personal failure to be ignored. But a complaint provides a valuable source of insight required for continuous improvement. Organizations have to stop treating these moments as isolated, unfortunate incidents. They are specific operational indicators that highlight systemic inefficiencies. By accurately measuring and tracking this data, hospitality operators can objectively assess how well their operations actually work. This visual model represents the complaint-ready service loop. It begins when raw guest input enters the system and flows through a structured pipeline that processes that emotional feedback into actionable strategy. Shifting from a reactive habit of apologizing to a proactive habit of data acquisition is the prerequisite for achieving service excellence. The first step in building this pipeline is establishing a standardized system for recording complaints. Accurate documentation ensures that every issue is captured, tracked, and easily accessible for management review. Staff must log objective details at the point of friction: the exact nature of the complaint, the guest ID, the timing, the location, and the specific actions taken to resolve it. Relying strictly on these objective records prevents internal miscommunication and provides evidence for staff accountability. Compiled together, this creates a comprehensive database that allows an organization to recognize clear patterns. When we plot this complaint data over time, we identify recurring operational issues that might otherwise go unnoticed. Longitudinal tracking reveals if certain types of problems are increasing, or if specific departments are frequently generating the friction. If multiple complaints surface regarding room cleanliness, the trend line points management directly to the root cause. They can then proactively investigate housekeeping processes and adjust staffing levels before more guests are affected. Objective intake and longitudinal tracking move an organization away from guessing at problems, enabling proactive decisions that enhance service consistency. Collecting data is insufficient on its own. Management must translate these insights into meaningful change. That action takes several forms: revising daily procedures, adjusting overarching policies, improving communication, or investing in specific training. Consider a recurring complaint regarding delayed check-ins at a congested front desk. This specific data point should prompt the immediate introduction of an express check-in process or digital pre-arrival registration. The human element requires the same approach. Staff training must be directly based on complaint analysis. By identifying common issues, management can abandon generic training programs in favor of modules that address real-world, localized challenges. If guest feedback highlights inconsistent communication about hotel amenities, that data triggers training focused exclusively on effective communication, proactive service, and anticipating specific guest needs. This empowers staff to handle future complaints with more confidence, making difficult guest interactions more manageable for the team. Transforming complaint data into actionable policy improvements and relevant training proves to both guests and staff that the organization prioritizes continuous learning. Implementing a change is not the end of the process. Measuring the effectiveness of the complaint resolution is mandatory. Management must actively assess whether the actions taken were timely, appropriate, and successfully resolved the issue to the guest's satisfaction. Post-stay surveys, follow-up calls, and targeted feedback requests provide direct insight into the guest's perception of the resolution. Measuring these outcomes ensures systemic accountability and confirms that the organization is meeting its service standards. Technology plays a crucial role here. This dashboard illustrates a customer relationship management platform, or CRM, working alongside data analytics tools to process incoming information. These platforms enable the real-time recording, categorization, and reporting of complaints without creating manual bottlenecks. The system automatically facilitates trend analysis and generates actionable reports for leadership. Visual dashboards help both management and staff understand complex complaint patterns instantly. Leveraging these platforms improves the organization's speed, accuracy, and overall responsiveness. Without the integration of CRM technology and strict outcome measurement, a continuous improvement loop cannot scale, leaving the organization vulnerable to repeated failures. Even with perfect data and technology, the learning process weakens if insights remain siloed within individual departments. Insights must be shared organization-wide, ensuring all teams are aware of macro trends and successful resolution strategies. For example, when housekeeping, the front desk, and maintenance teams share data, they can collaborate to address a recurring mechanical problem efficiently. Open communication promotes a unified approach, reduces the repetition of mistakes, and fosters shared accountability. This requires a specific cultural mindset. Continuous improvement must be normalized, so staff view mistakes as opportunities to refine skills. Regular review sessions, daily team meetings, and open feedback discussions embed this mindset into the daily workflow. Learning from complaints provides direct, unfiltered insight into guest expectations and preferences. Staff engaged in this transparent process gain a deep sense of purpose, knowing their direct efforts improve guest satisfaction. Organizations that embrace this data loop develop an industry-wide reputation for adaptability and high-quality service. By treating complaints as critical data rather than burdens, organizations create a robust, complaint-ready culture that builds a resilient foundation for long-term guest loyalty.